Hello. So I haven't updated the blog in about 26 days, and today would be day 53 of the challenge. And I really wanted to make a video of why I haven't uploaded. I know that like 5 people will see this. And that's why I'm doing this, is because there are a few of you guys who are following my journey on Facebook and on my blog, and I feel accountable to you. And so I really, if you're taking the time to watch this video, thank you, because it means that you care. So basically, I just want to update you on why I haven't been uploading. This is gonna get pretty personal, and it's also gonna be, I'm going to share topics that might not be talked about a ton. I think more so now people are talking about these things and the effects on our body, but not, I feel like in my circle of friends, maybe not, unless it's like not publicly, I mean. So anyway, I'm just gonna get to it. It's been 3 weeks since I've uploaded. It's also been 4 weeks since I've started taking birth control, and I want to talk about that, and that really does kind of correlate with why I haven't been posting and all this stuff. So I just kind of want to share my story, and I don't know, maybe somebody will relate, and yeah. So I have had really bad periods ever since I can remember. When I was in high school, freshman year, that's when it got really, really bad. And it was just painful. I would pass out, I would throw up, everything that you can think of. The pain was so excruciating. It's not normal. And it's also not that I have a low pain tolerance, which that's something that really bugs me when people ask me that, because I guess I have to give people grace because they don't know what I'm feeling. And I knew that what I was feeling was not normal. And so the level of pain, I can take pain. It was so excruciating, to the point where if I didn't have 8 ibuprofens my first day, and it can't be anything else other than ibuprofen. It couldn't be Advil. That doesn't work. It couldn't be even Midol, because that gave me like a heart attack because of the amount of caffeine in it. But it would have to be ibuprofen. If I didn't take at least 8 ibuprofens in one day, so every 4 hours I would take like 3. So it'd be 8 or 9 ibuprofens. I wouldn't be able to function. And I knew that wasn't normal. I also knew that wasn't good for my body, but it's been years of taking ibuprofen that way every month. And when I was 16, I did try birth control, and I had a very traumatizing experience. I was angry, I was depressed, but to the point where it altered everything. And I didn't like it. I was very, very anxious and I already dealt with anxiety, so on top of that, it was just terrible, the worst experience. I wanted to stop at the first month, but back then, birth control wasn't free with your insurance, and so I had to finish out 3 months because that's how much we got. It was terrible. So I was very traumatized. I didn't want to put anything like that in my body again. I also can be a little bit of a hippie when it comes to things. I do believe in modern medicine. I got a degree in public health. I believe that medicine works. However, I think that there is a balance. So I do also believe in a lot of holistic, and the things that we put in our bodies do make or break us. It's huge. It's natural things can be medicine, and that is something that I love, because if I don't need to put something crazy in my body, I won't. However, my periods just never got better. I stopped, and then it just kind of went back to being bad. I think one of the most traumatizing experiences was when I was in college and I was taking a psychology final, and I couldn't do it. I went to the restroom and I literally crawled on the floor. It was a public restroom. I would never do that. So I knew I was in terrible pain. I was literally on the floor in a ball. And so yeah, then I got married, and it was still bad. So I went to my gynecologist and I told her my concerns. And I said, listen, I have terrible periods. I need to find out if I have endometriosis because I had done a lot of research on it and I have all the symptoms. And so I was like, hey, I need to like figure this out. And she said, well, here's the thing. It can be endometriosis, but the only way to find that out is through surgery, which I knew that. And it's about a 3-month recovery period. And she said, but even if we open you up, it could be so microscopic that we wouldn't even be able to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on birth control. And I told her my reservations on birth control, and she said, I'm going to put you on the lowest dose possible. And so that's what happened. And I have been on it for 4 weeks now, and my body has just been adjusting. If you're interested to know which one I'm taking, is the low estrogen FE. You can see that there's only like 1 day left. It's the low estrogen FE. Pretty sure it's kind of blurry right now, but yeah, that's what it is. And it's basically the lowest form of estrogen that I could get. So I gave it a try, and my body has been adjusting. I was scared of how this was going to affect my 90-day journey. So I gave myself a lot of grace because it has affected my mood, not as much as it did when I was 16, which I'm very grateful for. And I am going to give it a few months because it's not to the point where it's unmanageable. However, it's been hard. I have been a little bit more moody, a little bit more sad, and not as motivated. So that's been hard to kind of navigate. And on top of that, PK and I are going through a transition right now. We're fine, but there's some things that we've been needing to pray about the future, and it's exciting, but it's also really stressful. And adjusting to a new birth control, that's hard. And so I gave myself grace for this first month because I knew that I couldn't handle it. And by that, I mean, I wasn't planning on being strict with my diet, because I knew that my body needed me to just care for it. And so I didn't really necessarily know I was going to be going into this when I started this journey. And so, yeah, that's just me being really transparent. And I hope that doesn't sound like an excuse, but I really just wanted to be open and transparent and talk about it. And I also hope that if there's anybody who sees this who's going through the same thing as I am, I just hope that we can relate and yeah, we can talk about it. So yeah, I have been incorporating bread back into my diet, not as much as I used to, which is good. I have allowed some sugar, but I am a lot more strict. I am a lot more disciplined, I guess, when it comes to eating. So now for the rest of the 90-day journey, I do want to keep documenting, but it just won't be, I guess I just won't be as strict, but I think it'll be a different type of journey. And I'm still going to work to not deprive, but to nourish. And I'm excited for you to go on that journey with me. And I hope that you can give me grace as well, at the same time keeping me accountable. Okay, I'm editing right now, and I forgot to mention something that's pretty important. Basically, I wasn't motivated the whole month to write and sit and talk about what I ate and talk about what I just ate that I shouldn't have, or like whatever. It wasn't going to help my mental health at all. And so that's why I needed this break. And in the middle of that, I also took a social media break. I just needed to clear my mind, and I needed to hear God's voice a little bit more clear. And so now I'm kind of barely getting back into a place where I can, I guess, adjust and have a routine that, yeah, I was just like adjusting to a routine. And so I hope that makes sense. I'm still limiting sugar. I'm still limiting my bread intake. And I'm just listening to my body. So that's my update. I'm sorry if it seemed like I gave up. I didn't. It's just been hard to adjust and to navigate my emotions. And yeah, it's been hard to look at myself in the mirror because sometimes I don't like what I see and I don't feel pretty. And I know that that's kind of hard to admit. I haven't felt pretty since high school. So I'm still on the journey to like love myself and to love myself. I went on a run this morning, which was incredible, and I want to continue to give my body what it needs. I did weigh myself a few weeks ago, and I was very disappointed because I didn't lose any pounds. But it's funny because my pictures say something different. So that's why the number on the scale, you can't really rely on that, I guess, too much, because it's just a number. And what really matters is how we're feeling on the inside and how, you know, if we're seeing any progress too, just with what you know you're working on. So yeah, thank you for listening. And if you saw to the end of this video, thank you for caring. But anyway, yeah, bye. I'll see y'all tomorrow.